Hey guys, this is another Full Moon Reviews exclusive YouTube video, and it's for the 2010 movie Psychosis. Psychosis begins in 1992 England, and this is a serial killer on the loose. He's at an environmental camp, and he kills off these punk-looking guys, and after that, they catch the killer, and they sent him away to a mental institution. And we go to the present day, and we meet Susan, played by Carpenter, and she's a writer, and she comes with her husband, played by model turned actor Paul Scolfer, and they arrive at this house next to where the murders took place. And it's fun at the beginning. We get to see them honeymooning, the newlyweds, and they're getting used to the place. And all of a sudden, Susan begins seeing these delusions or visions of the murders and of ghosts inside the house. And we're not really sure if she's going nuts or is the place actually haunted. And there's a lot of subplots along the way, that kind of lead into the resolution of the piece. But it's pretty much a ghost story slash mental illness sort of theme. And that's pretty much Psychosis. There's not much to it. Unfortunately, I have 3 words for Psychosis. Writer slash director Wes Travis was inspired by Hammer horror, and Psychosis plays out like a Hammer ghost story or an Amicus ghost story. And the problem is, it's a pretty boring film. I mean, I'm not sure what this film is trying to be. It's not scary, so it's not a horror film. And it's not suspenseful or tense enough to be a thriller. So I'm not really sure what kind of direction he's going in. There's a lot of issues with this film. One, it begins like a slasher film with the serial killer subplot, and then it kind of goes into this whole psychosis, mental illness, ghost story thing. It kind of reminded me of Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which was a lot better than this. And I'm not really sure what Travis was trying to do here. I mean, the film doesn't really go anywhere, and there's not much to it. I mean, the mystery is okay. I mean, I wanted to know whether Susan was crazy or whether there were ghosts in the house, but that's pretty much it. I mean, the characters are really bland. There's no one likable in this film at all. Not even Susan. I mean, I guess we have to empathize with her because she's the lead character, but at the same time, there's not much depth to her. And we have a husband, her husband, supposedly this caring husband, she's very supportive of her, but we find out he's a cheating bastard, and that likability factor goes away really fast. And then we have this weird gatekeeper who likes to fuck a lot on camera, and I mean fuck a lot, and I will get to the edge factor where he's pretty much a big part of. And there's just not much to the story at all. Apparently, this is a remake of a story from a movie called Scream Time from 1983. I've never seen that movie, so I don't know what the comparison is. But Travis kind of tried to play it out like it was his own original film, and it's not. I mean, from what I read, each part of the film is pretty much step by step like the film was based on. But yeah, I'm not sure what this film was trying to be. The story is not that great, and the structure is not that great either. The pacing is a little off, and things don't really happen. There's no really real turning points in this film. There's not much suspense. There's not much horror. We're not really sure whether there are ghosts or this woman is crazy, which is a big problem. I think it could have been clarified a little bit better, but it's not. There's just a lot of issues. Wes Travis tries his best to create a homage to Hammer horror. He uses a lot of slow zoom ins and slow zoom outs, just like Hammer horror films kind of use that technique. Also, he does 360 spin, which is seen in like almost every film. There's a lot of intercutting of her, Susan's visions in between scenes. Yeah, she doesn't really react to those visions, so it's like, was this actually part of the script or was this an afterthought? Not really sure. Other than that, the pacing's a little slow for me. The film looks amateurish. I mean, I know it's a low budget film, but at the same time, it doesn't have to look low budget. Look at like Ty West's House of the Devil, which was made with little money, yet looks really, really more expensive than it really is. And Psychosis doesn't look really that expensive. It looks like I could have shot it and sent it into my school professor and gotten a good grade on it. You know, it's just that kind of film. And there are lighting issues. There are editing issues. There's a lot of choppy editing that really made no sense. And I think, Reg Travis wasn't really sure what kind of film he wanted to do. I'm not sure he wanted to do a slasher film. I don't think he wanted to do a ghost story. I'm not really sure what the tone of this film really was. And I think that really is a big flaw and really hurt the film a lot. In terms of language, Psychosis is a pretty tame film. The F word is pretty much the worst word to use. In terms of violence, we get like a rope around a guy's neck, he's hung. We get axes to the face, to the head, where blood squirts out. We also get a sliced throat. No, that's pretty tame according to violence. Um, the sex factor though is pretty out there. I mean, we do have sex scenes. There's one part where a guy flashes Charisma Carpenter and shows full frontal his dingling. I mean, we see it all. Also, two scenes where it's very explicit fucking. I mean, it's a pretty out there film, but it's not very, you know, controversial. It's not pornographic, but sex factor, yeah, it's pretty high. The acting was pretty blah. I mean, Charisma Carpenter, I think, was the best actress in the film. I'm a big fan of hers. I love Buffy, I love Angel, and she was a main star on both of them. And I don't think this is the vehicle she should be doing to make a comeback, but she did hold her own. I did enjoy her acting here. I was pretty much convinced of her deteriorating state of her mind, but it could have been better. I think it was because the script didn't really allow her to really act the way she should have acted, but I think she did a good job. On the other side of the coin, we have Paul Scofer, who was a British model. He is really bad. I mean, he is wooden to the core. He sounds like he doesn't even want to be in this film to begin with. He sounds like he's reading from a cue card. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I've never seen this bad of acting in a long time. I think he made Hayden Christensen look like Laurence Olivier. I mean, he's really bad. We also have Ricky Harnett, who was the gatekeeper. I thought he was okay. He was kind of creepy, but he doesn't really say or do much, to be quite honest. And we have this bizarre cameo by Justin Hawkins of The Darkness, the lead singer of The Darkness. I'm not sure why he was in this film at all. I don't understand the point of his role at all. He doesn't say one word in the film. I It just boggled my mind. But yeah, the acting wasn't that great, except for Charisma Carpenter, who pretty much saves the film from being a total bomb. All in all, I'm giving Psychosis half a how out of four. It's definitely what the fuck worthy. Only for the fact that I was expecting a lot out of this film, and it gave me a whole lot less than what I was expecting. It's just not that great. I mean, the editing is poor, the camera work is amateurish, the script isn't that great, and the acting is not that good either. I mean, Charisma Carpenter is the only reason to watch this. I think she did a decent job for what she was given to do. I think if the director was different and was more capable of making this film work, this review would be a whole lot different. But I'm glad that retro horror is coming back. I'm kind of glad that we're moving away from the torture porn stuff and going back to films that were actually, scary and chilling, like House of the Devil, like Maybe Someone Wanted. This could have been one of them, but Psychosis definitely fails in its execution. So there's not much more to say about that. And until next time, stay scary.